Given two whole numbers, the largest number that divides both of them is called the greatest common factor of those two numbers. In this example, we're asked to find the greatest common factor of 36 and 42. Now remember, this is the largest number that divides both 36 and 42. In order to do this, let's factor both 36 and 42 into their prime factorizations. 36 is 6 times 6. And 6 can be factored as 2 times 3. And so 36 is going to be 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. Now let's factor 42. 42 is 6 times 7. 7's a prime number, but we can factor 6 as 2 times 3. And so 42 is 2 times 3 times 7. Now to find the greatest common factor, or the GCF, we're going to look at the factors that are showing up in both of these two factorizations. So 2 shows up in both, as does 3. And now we're going to look at the lowest power, or the lowest exponent, showing up on each of these factors in either one of these factorizations. So the lowest power on 2 is going to be 1 in this second factorization, and so 2 will show up to the first power in our greatest common factor. The lowest power on 3 is 1, and so 3 will show up with the power of 1. So the greatest common factor of 36 and 42 is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. Let's check for understanding. In this example, we're supposed to find the greatest common factor of 16 and 48. To begin, let's write out their prime factorizations. So 16 can be written as 4 times 4. Each of those 4's can be written as 2 times 2. And so our prime factorization here is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the 4th. Now let's look at the factorization of 48. 48 can be written as 6 times 8. And when we factor this, we're going to get 2 times 3 for 6, and we're going to get 2 times 4 for 8. And then we could write this as 2 times 2. And so our prime factors are 2, 3, 2, 2, and 2. We have 4 2's there, and so we have 48 equal to 2 to the 4th power times 3. Okay, so to find the greatest common factor, we need to look at which prime factors show up in both of these factorizations. Now 2 is the only prime factor that shows up in both. And the lowest power that it shows up is to the 4th, because it shows up to the 4th power in both of those. So the lowest power is 4, and so we have 2 to the 4th power, which is 16, as our greatest common factor.